my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Now listen, let me explain to you what he's saying about that. This immortality that is possible for everyone means that all this stuff gonna go on. You're gonna die, you're gonna be born again. Okay? Reincarnation over and over. What you want to do is find your immortality so you can have to stop going through the ritual of life and rebirth. That's what this is all about. All this death and rebirth stuff is only for people who haven't turned on their God energy. Once you turn on your God energy, you could be a person who can prove to people that you have existed before in other worlds. You can show proof of your resurrection. You can show proof of your connection with the cosmic realm of nature. You can show proof that you have a connection with your universal mother. Once you can do all that, you can prove with beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have come to a person who understand what they mean when they say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So even though I hear all these rumors and all this stuff, and I warn you about it and everything, I'm not the one troubled by it all, because if I was troubled by it all, you'd see me scared as hell, like Bishop Blake and all those other religious fanatics who done made themselves rich and wealthy and got all that money, but they too goddamn scared to open their mouth and tell the truth about why we having all these wars, why there's so much poverty on the earth, and all the stuff that they've sold themselves out for. They sitting around right now knowing that death is imminent and right around the corner for them, and they are not going to be able to take the gold. They won't take the Lamborghini. They won't take the material wealth that they sold themselves out for with them when they go to Judgment Hall to see me and my Father, and they know that. They know for a fact that this Christ stuff is phony as hell. All this sin and rape and murder and all the bloodletting and all of the crimes that was committed for this religion to still be in existence to this day is proof of its criminality by itself. Okay, and you shall hear wars and rumors of trouble, for all these things must come to pass. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. Earthquake and divers, D-I-V-E-R-S, divers, meaning people that went deep, people went below. Okay, that means all of these earthquakes in the deep bellies of the earth that are deliberately being set off by these warmongers on this earth, kingdoms against kingdoms, these rich freaking NATO and freaking Bilderberg and all these people that's got all these damn money, all this money. Oh damn, excuse me, man. I didn't know that was you right there. These people that got all this money, and they you know what I'm saying, using their wealth to destroy all these nations of people who they feel is derelicts and not entitled to be on the earth, because they haven't went out and created circumstances where they murdered everyone and became wealthy off of it. So since they're not wealthy and have no means of fighting off these people who subscribe to the strong survive, well, the only reason why you're strong is because you don't mind stealing other people's stuff and murdering them, and then using that revenue that you collect to build even more machinery to go murder more people. So the strong survive is only going to be the propaganda from a tyrant or an oppressor. The strong survive circumstance should only be something that is iconic or something that is registered in the mind of a social existence when it says that together we are strong, but apart we are weak. In other words, the strong and the united, okay, that's what I'm talking about. The united and the strong. You're never going to be strong if you're not united. So these guys know how important it is to find strength and murder, and that's the reason why they don't mind building tanks and planes to drop bombs and submarines, nuclear weaponry, and all that old stuff that we know is a trademark of the powers that be. Okay? Now listen. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And these are the beginnings of sorrow, and shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Now see, we've been having wars, and famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places, and rumors of war, and everything, as long as you can remember. Okay, so all these are the beginning of sorrows, meaning what they mean by all these are the beginning of sorrows is that the whole rumors of them, just the fact of contemplating the thought of all these things in your head alone could bring sorrows. We see them around us all the time, but if you contemplate on them, that's what brings sorrow. How do you contemplate on it? Because you don't do anything to make them go away, so you figure that they are natural and that they should just be allowed, and so that means that they will always be around, just like we've seen for the last 2,000 years, because we haven't done anything to remove them, because we are all Christians and we believe that there should be wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes in dire places and all this stuff that's going on. We can't see the earth as a living entity that is bringing judgment on us. We can't see the sun as a living entity bringing judgment on us. We can't see the moon as a living entity bringing judgment on us. We can't see the water as the judgment bringer. We can't see the fires as the judgment bringer. We can't see the tornadoes as the judgment bringer. We can't see the famines as the judgment bringer. We can't see the pestilence as the judgment bringers. See, that's where we get out of track at, because everything about us should be based on what nature makes occur around us. Instead of us paying attention to what nature makes occur around us, we are busy reading a book like I'm doing right now, and then we got a sketch of who is supposed to be the person responsible for all the things that occur in our life. Only problem is we never see this person. All we see is the tornadoes, we see the water, we see the fire, we see everything in nature that I just described to you, but we never see Jesus. But we give all of our support and everything about energy of what we can expect into the hands. We put it into the hands of this spook. So it's not your friend that come over and bring you water when you're thirsty. It's not your woman that come over and caress you. It's not your woman that cook dinner for you. It's not your son. It's not your grandmother. None of those people could be deified, okay? It's got to be some impossible dead-ass white man that couldn't keep his own ass off the cross. Let me add, okay? I'll say you putting a whole lot into the hands of someone who couldn't even stop their own self from being that type of end. But let's not forget, he was resurrected. See, this is the foolishness that you need to stop waiting on someone else to die and come back, and start working on you being the person that can possess those type of capabilities. And that's the reason why that was stolen from you, because you would pay for someone else to do that for you if you don't have enough belief in yourself being the person that can pull that off. So this is what I've been sent here to try to point out to everybody. You are not going to find no mediator between you and God. Your salvation is free. You are your own God, and you are the person that is going to be responsible for doing all your God work. There is no God outside of you that's going to be able to do your God work for you. Because even when you ask God to do something for you, you have to use your spiritual energy to talk to this alleged God. So you yourself is the initiator by praying to this foolish ritual of praying to something outside of self is ridiculous, when your most important action is the fact of you getting up to go do the prayer. So if it's so important that you go pray to someone else, why can't you understand that if you got enough faith that you could pray to somebody else to get what you're asking for, that you don't even have to pray? Just the thought of it is the prayer. You see, your cat doesn't have to ask you for a damn thing. Your dog don't have to ask you for a damn thing. You already know what they want. But when they see something else that they want, they will put the action on necessary to go out and attain that, because they know what good is prayer without work. So even when you get through praying, you got to get up and go put the work in necessary to make the manifestation come. So while you're down there praying, you should just skip that praying part and go put the work in, and have knowledge of knowing that your true energy is your God self, and that what you want you will make manifest. That's called confidence. That's called knowing. That's called having convinced yourself that there is nothing that you cannot make manifest. And then when you live in a world where you see what's stagnating your ability to be the God that you know you are, then you have to do the God thing by making sure those things be moved out of the way. That's the reason there will be more tornadoes, there will be more hurricanes, there will be more mudslides, there will be the elements eradicating everything that has brought to stagnation. The energy sources of our universe were not designed so these people on the earth could just be alcoholics and crackheads and prostitutes and dumbass people sitting around in the church worshiping the image of one race of people, while we see that race of people murder a damn body on the planet and enjoy everything on the earth while everything else be left in poverty. That's bullshit. And that stuff needs to stop. And that's why these starships are here, to eradicate all that. So nobody is begging anyone to change their attitude. I'm just here explaining to you guys the circumstances, just like the universe instructed me to do. Okay? It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, see, listen. Us black people are hated by all these nations on the earth. And as it say, for my name's sake, that's true, because it's in Jesus' book, the Holy Bible, where you guys were instructed to hate all our nations in the book of Deuteronomy. And if you want me to, I could go and read that. I shouldn't do that for you, but I just want to show you that what I'm saying is true. So you all cannot be trying to say that I'm a hypocrite that doesn't know what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to go right here, right now. This is Deuteronomy 7. Okay? Now listen to what it says. It says, when the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hast cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivitites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. When it says 7 nations, it means 7 nations of melanated people. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them. That means kill them. And utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them. That means make no agreements with them. Nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriage with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against ye, and destroy thee suddenly. So now, this is your God telling you to hate black people, or he would kill you. Now that's what it is right there. Because if this is not hate, let me go on and further prove to you what his instructions are, to prove to you what I'm saying to you, that this is hate. Neither shalt thou make marriage with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter thou shalt take unto thy son. For thy will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So this God has an inferiority complex. Other gods, so will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. So your God threatening you that if you don't murder all these other people, it's going to kill you. It said, but thus shall you deal with them. This is how you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars. That means damage their materials, break down their images, just tear their stuff up, cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. We never had any graven images. That's you guys. You guys are the only people on earth that has an image of your God being dead on the cross. That's what a graven image is. Your Jesus on the cross. Okay? No, we never had any graven images. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord. Outside of this unholy act you can do, you are a holy people to your God. Thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special infidels, a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in numbers than any other people, for you were the fewest of all people, even though you call everybody else minorities. Your God right here is telling you that you are the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, even though he's sending you into battle to get the stuff that he wants to give you. You know, I can't take you to a land that's not already inhabited by people because I love you. No, I'm going to send you somewhere where you have to put your life on the line and fight these people for the land because I love you. See, this is bullshit.